Hello and welcome back to Stepford County Railway. I'm the Scottish Lord, and today we're going to be going over the 1.4 Express update, which has been highly anticipated for months, and I'm aware that I'm getting this video out a bit late, but I've just not had time. So, what's been added in this update, you may ask? And to which I will tell you, Express. We have got two new trains, the Class 43 and the Class 801. The 801 is a reskin of the Air Link train. However, they all come with these four new routes. Stepford Central to Benton, Stepford Central to Leighton Stepford Road, Stepford Central to Lynn by the Sea, and a fast version of the Lynn by the Sea route. So, as well as that, I'm going to take you through the new stations of the route by taking the Class 380 on one of the brand new routes, which are Stepford Central to Lynn by the Sea and St Helens Bridge to West Wyvern. Now we're going to do Stepford Central to Lynn by the Sea, and we're going to come back so I can show off all of the new stations. Let's go. So, as you can see, we are now approaching Lynn by the Sea, which is the most eastern terminus of the Stepford County. And as we come in, we can note on the fact that we are coming into platforms 1 or 2 when we first enter. Now, this station has 7 platforms, which makes it one of the largest stations of SCR. And
this train terminates
to be
here.
fair,
All change, please.
It's one of the nicer stations, I'd say. I definitely think that it looks better than Stepford Central. The columns are more well detailed, and to be honest, it just looks nice. So, when you first arrive at the station as a passenger, you'll come in via this entrance, which has a very lovely glowing sign, complete with the National Rail logo. You can see that to represent the fact Express also stops here, we've got the new purple colour on our information boards. Now when you come in, you go down this ramp here, and you're faced with advertising boards and the general concourse boards that will tell you where you're going. And once you've got through your ticket barrier, we're going to continue schedule.
Platform 2 for the 1623.
When you get through the barrier, you can make your way to all 7 of the platforms,
West Wyvern, Millcastle,
with platform 4 stopping a bit shorter than platform 3.
Hampton Hargate, Benton Bridge, Benton,
So,
Oxley, Bowden,
now that we've got that out the way,
St Helens Bridge, Stepford East,
all we
and
need to do
Stepford
is
Central.
wait,
This
and
train
then we
has
can
3
go.
coaches.
And we can start our little tour of the new line. Now the stations we'll be calling at that are new are North Shore, Starry Loch, West Wyvern, Millcastle. We'll be passing through Millcastle Racecourse because that's a limited service route, Wester Coast, Fairmere and Edgemead. So we're going to go, and we have a 15 mile an hour speed limit leaving, which is new for any station, as well as
This is a connect train
these
to
brand
Stepford
new
Central. The
line
next station
signs.
is North Shore.
So we can see here that line B is what we're going to be going down, with a 30 mile an hour speed limit. And as we go down, we see the way they've done these signals is quite nice actually, with the extended black board at the back of them. So as we go down these routes, it's almost reminiscent of the countless amounts of tunnels that Edinburgh has. And we come out this and we have these wonderfully lit up panels, which look absolutely lovely during the night time. We then cross junction onto the up line, but for the slow variant, and our speed limit is increased to 45 miles an hour. Now, as we can see, this route, well, the variants that we're taking, will take about 10 minutes. Which are not going to be cut for this video, just so we can show the full extent of the line. We now have an increase to 75 miles an hour on the line, which, when you're on express, can sometimes make its way up to 125 miles an hour. We will demonstrate express later on in the video, but for now we're just showing the stations, and we can see that we've got a wonderful coastal view.
This train is now approaching North Shore.
And we now, as the announcer said, we're now calling into North Shore.
Millcastle, Wester Coast, Famere, Edgemead, Leighton City, Leighton Stepford Road, Water Newton, Hampton Hargate, Benton Bridge, Benton, Coxley, Bowden.
This is North Shore.
So North Shore is a 4-platform station with this wonderful shoreline entrance in a brand new red colour, as well as a more easterly entrance here.
This is a connect train to Stepford Central. The next station is Starry Lock.
As we can also see, this line is fully fitted with electric overhead wires. Eventually what we're going to have is this button here, caravan park on the right here, little bonus scenery. Eventually we will be
This
able
train
to
is now
raise our
approaching
paragraph,
Lock.
that's not right, pantograph.
Calling it West Wyvern.
Now,
Millcastle,
Starry Loch
Wester
is a bit of an
Coast,
enigma,
Famere, Edgemead,
as it doesn't
Leighton
actually
City,
have
Leighton
any loch
Stepford
near
Road,
it.
Water
For anyone
Newton,
who
Hampton
doesn't know what a loch is,
Benton
it
Bridge,
is the Scottish word for a
This
lake.
is Starry Lock.
Angel Pass,
And it's an awfully small station, but
Stepford
very,
Central.
very
This
quaint.
train has 3 coaches.
As we can see, it has an old-style signal box, at least I presume it's a signal box, that isn't used, but it's just there and looks nice. We also have an overhead bridge over there, which is very much of a basic calibre. There's nothing much fancy going on here. So as we depart as we depart Starry Loch, our next station is West Wyvern.
This is a connect train to Stepford Central. The next station is West Wyvern.
We can see as well that the scheduling is fairly precise and that we are not running late yet. That is an odd thing. As we get further down the line, the OHLE disappears. For anyone who doesn't know, OHLE stands for Overhead Line Equipment. I'm not entirely sure why it disappears, as that would indicate that this is exclusively a diesel line. It could simply be, however, that it wasn't added in time for the release of the update. So as we can see, we are
This
now
train is
approaching
now
West
approaching.
Wyvern,
West Wyvern.
which is another
West Coast.
4-platform
Edmund,
station,
Leighton City.
which
Leighton Stepford Road,
also
Water Newton.
introduces
Hampton
the
Benton
OHLE
Bridge.
again.
Benton, Coxley, Bowden, Angel Pass.
This is West Wyvern.
Sorry, I got my facts wrong
And
there. It is a 5-platform
train
station,
has
so
3
I can't
coaches.
count, and is one of the more scenic, well, not scenic, but it's one of the biggest stations on the branch. Very much reminiscent of the likes of Bowden and Angel Pass.
This is a Connect train to Stepford Central.
There is
The
one
next
grudge
station
I
is
have with this
Mill
update,
Castle.
and that's this. The most unrealistic gradient that there is. Well, maybe not the most. Certainly an exceptionally unrealistic gradient. Now this line has potential for 125 miles an hour should an express service run on it. As you can see, we have wind turbines. They don't move, unfortunately, but they're there, in amongst the fields that are highlighted by the walls. Also, as we can see, we're now about to approach
This train
Mill
is now
Castle,
approaching Mill Castle.
and we're going to have to find out in a minute what that building is, because I
Stepford Central.
never noticed that.
Calling at West Coast, Famere, Edmead, Leighton City.
And this is
Leighton
another one
Stepford Road,
of those
Water Newton,
sunken
Hampton
stations,
Hargate,
as I like to call
Benton
them.
Bridge, Benton, Coxley, Bowden,
This
Angel
is
Pass,
Mill
St.
Castle.
Helens Bridge, Stepford East, and
Which is sunken down from the main
this train has
road.
3 coaches.
As you can see, it has an upper ticket hall and bears a new style of signage stating "Welcome to Mill Castle." The route line speed limit is now reduced to 75 miles an hour. As you can also see, we have
This is a Connect train to
the Mill
Stepford
Castle
Central.
Racecourse station,
The next
which
station
this
is
does not call
West
at,
Coast.
but we do have the racecourse. And as we depart Mill Castle Racecourse, the line speed is brought back up to 125 miles an hour. The next station is West Coast, which we'll shortly be arriving at after we exit this
This
tunnel.
train is now approaching West Coast.
Calling at Famere, Edmead, Leighton City, Leighton Stepford Road, Water Newton, Hampton Hargate, Benton Bridge.
Now,
Benton,
West Coast
Coxley,
is
Bowden,
a bit more
Angel Pass,
detailed
St.
than
Helens
the
Bridge,
other
Stepford
stations.
East, and Stepford Central.
As we can see,
This is
it has
West
the
Coast.
likes of Stepford Electronics, Foreign Affairs and Tourism, has a lovely town, and a railway tavern which has been, unfortunately, closed. We also have Jamie's Jammies over there, which is a good time for me to plug one of my friend's channels at the moment, Jamie's Railway Videos. He's been posting a bit more recently, so go and check him out. He also does Stepford County Railway
This
things,
is a connect
which
train
is
to
really nice.
Stepford Central.
As we depart over the
next
Wester Coast
station
Bridge,
is Familiar.
we increase our speed up to 125 miles an hour. Well, 100 in this case, but the line speed goes up. We start braking
This train is now approaching Familiar.
as we approach the station.
Calling at Edgemead, Leighton City, Leighton Stepford Road, Water Newton, Hampton Hargate, Benton Bridge.
This one is a lot
Benton,
more of a
Copton,
rural station
Angel Pass, St Helens Bridge,
with
Stepford East,
not much
and Stepford
civil,
Central.
well, not
This
civil,
is
but
Familiar.
not much town life going on. And for this case, this is the end of the extension, which really is a lovely scenic route to drive. So now that we've gone over the line, I reckon it's now a good time to take the brand new Consists for a run. So, we're going to do from Stepford Central to Schlinn by the Sea fast, and we're just going to go from Leighton Depot down to Stepford Central. So, here we have the Class 43, which is in a 4-car variant, similar to the brand new ScotRail into 7 Cities style of consist. The livery's completely different, but as you can see, the exterior looks smashing, and if you look at the interior, real attention has been put into this. The detail of the cab, which I have had the pleasure of being in and
This
sitting
train is now approaching
in
Leighton
this very
Stepford
seat,
Road.
is not highly realistic, but very much a
16,
similar
40,
caricature
Stepford
to
Central,
the real life
Benton,
version.
and Stepford
The
Central.
43 itself instills
train
a
has 4
bit more
coaches.
lag on machines,
First
so
class
if you're on a
is
lower
located
end
at the
device
front of
such
the
as a
train.
tablet or a phone, I would highly recommend not using this.
This is Leighton Stepford Road.
As you can see, it has Mark III slam door carriages, very much similar to the Class 68. And we have regular first class for express.
This train
And
is the
standard
Stepford
class.
Express service to Stepford Central. The next station is Benton.
And so that's the Class 43, which looks smashing.
Please stand back from the platform edge.
And the second thing that we have is the Class 801, which, again, if we depart from Leighton Depot, looks absolutely lovely. Now, this is an 801 5-car variant, because the platforms can't cope with the 9-car. And the livery itself is reminiscent of the Azuma livery from LNER. The destination is displayed on the boards that run outside the doors, and the interior of the 801 again is somewhat realistic to the actual thing, however maybe lacks a bit of detail when you compare it to the Class 43. Looking inside the unit, it's just, well, it's awfully generic.
This train is now approaching Leighton
There are
Stepford Road.
a few discrepancies, such as the food bar. The food bar itself in the real Azuma, of the Class 801,
Stepford Express service to Stepford Central. Calling
is
Benton and Stepford Central.
not
This train has
quite
5 coaches.
as
First class
big as
is
that.
located at
It's
the rear of this train.
quite small. Another thing that's been added to this is the
This
announcement
is
of where first
Leighton
class is,
Stepford Road.
which is, as the announcer said, at the rear of the train. One thing I would have liked to have seen is maybe the seats be made slightly wider, as they seem to be the same with a standard class. But apart from these little things here, really, it's a nice train. The express branding is good.
This train is the Stepford Express service to Stepford Central.
And so
The next station
I would
is
recommend it. It's a bit
Benton.
less laggy, so if you want to try this on phone and tablet platforms, I'd say that's a plus.
Starting off shop here.
Now, I'm speeding
Please stand
because
back from
I
the platform edge.
want to demonstrate how fast this thing can go. I'm in a VIP server, so that is very much allowed. But just to demonstrate the brand new 125 mile an hour speed. When you look in the cab, that is what you see, and that is sheer power behind the window. And so, with that, I'm going to move on to the brand new signalling desk, which I'm just going to get to now. So, here we have the brand new desk 2F, and this is more profitable than this former, well, I say former, than the Stepford desk. Now, on the surface it looks complicated because of all these signals here, but a lot of them are automatic. So, when it comes to the signalling, that's what it looks like. I'm not going to set it up right now because I've not taught myself on it yet. So, I might do a video on the signalling of Desk 2F soon, once I learn the ropes of it. But that's what the signalling looks like. And we can see where that fits in on what I like to call the master plan up here. How that all feeds into the Leighton zone. And so, with that, that's mainly everything that has been added to this update. I really hope that you have enjoyed this. It's not been too in-depth, but it's had the majority of the features put in to this video. So, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, leave a like. If you really enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe. So, I've been the Scottish Lord. You've been a wonderful viewer. Goodbye.